Good morning. You're now with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, airing on FM 92.5 and AM 920 WGHQ, Kingston, New York. This programming is brought to you by our listeners and corporate underwriters who are interested in presenting local community radio. The opinions expressed on this program do not represent those of Pamel Broadcasting or Kingston Community Radio. Listeners are encouraged to send in $10 per month to help bring this program to you. Mail your contributions to Kingston Community Radio, Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. For more information or to donate online, visit our website at mykcr.org. Good morning. This is Dan Gaddis, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the morning with us. 7 a.m., and it's Tuesday, November 16th, and 32 degrees here in Uptown Kingston, and we'll be right back after these messages.
As warm days slip away and the weather gets cooler, most of us will begin restarting our home heating systems. And that's when the threat of carbon monoxide poisoning is most critical. This potentially lethal hazard can occur with any furnace or boiler, so be sure to have yours professionally serviced regularly. Make sure chimneys and exhaust vents are clear, and use carbon monoxide detectors throughout your home. Central Hudson reminds you, your safety matters. Central Hudson's mobile app has a new look. It's the place to view and pay bills with ease. Check your electric and gas usage to better manage your energy consumption to save money. And report an outage, anytime, anywhere. Use the app to easily submit your meter reading to avoid estimated bills. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play. It's free and easy to use.
This is Cameron Rylands. Many families in our area will not have a happy holiday, and the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund will help them. We are asking for your contribution to purchase children's clothes, toys, and food for seniors. You can drop off your contribution at the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House on O'Neill Street in Kingston. Thank you.
You're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ 920 on your AM dial, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR is talk radio and a call-in show. Our call-in line is 845-331-9255. And thank you for bearing with us yesterday. And Friday we were down with the streaming online at mykcr.org, but everything is running perfectly today. And today is Tuesday, and Tuesday, November 16th, sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 48. And Tuesday night, a few passing clouds, a low of 27. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to a little bit of cloudy skies during the afternoon, a high near 50. And Wednesday, cloudy skies early, become partly cloudy later in the night, a low of 42. Thursday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming cloudy, little clouds here and there. High of 63 with a chance of rain later in the day of 80%. And same with Thursday night, 34 degrees low, and chance of rain is 80%. Now let's get to the on-air studio. We've got Nina Postapak and Cameron Rylands.
Yes.
It is.
Nice, bright, sunny day. I think it's going to be.
It was a little warmer than I thought it was going to be when I opened the door. It looks cold out, but I opened the door and I was like, ooh, this is nice.
I think it did say Wednesday or Thursday, almost 60, right?
Yeah, right in the paper I saw that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Yeah, 63 Thursday.
That's Thanksgiving. This Thursday. Next Thursday. Well, let's see what happens next week. But yeah, 65 on Thursday.
Yeah, which is great. We'll take that for a November day, right?
Yeah.
We'll take that for a November day.
That's for sure. So how have you been, Cameron? I haven't seen you in a week.
I know. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
A lot went on.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have Bill Forte here at 8 o'clock, and we can talk a little bit about the Veterans event.
Yep.
And you had your Elks
we had a
Club.
very successful Veterans Day dinner, drive-through dinner.
Great.
Yeah, it was a good time. Marianne DeGroat and Miss Tampone.
Deb?
Deb. I don't want to say. Yeah. I know her daughter, and my son had her as a teacher. Loved her, photography teacher.
Yes.
Marianne and Deb came in and whipped up some sauce. I didn't say whip up. That sounds like they did it quickly. They lovingly labored all day and made sauce. And
Oh,
we
you had
some-
homemade sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a bunch of volunteers came in, and we rolled up a couple hundred meatballs. I think 170 we ended up with,
Oh, great.
something like that. And had a great turnout, good drive-through. People made some donations,
Nice,
oh,
good.
your dinner's complimentary. Oh, no, here, take my money anyways, put it towards the Veterans Fund. So
Oh,
I'm not sure the
nice.
final accounting, but I know we made, netted a couple $100. I don't know the
Good.
exact number, but.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Marianne DeGroot is great. The person that gives back to the community
Oh, yes.
on so many levels. And Deb Champone and Marianne are both very active in the Ulster County Italian American
Yeah.
Foundation. And so it's nice to see that they were working together. And I believe Marianne was a guest bartender on
Yes, she
Friday
was,
night at the
yeah,
Elks
yeah,
Club,
yeah.
right?
Volunteer
Yes.
bartender, yeah. She did a great job. Invited some of her friends from law enforcement in, so it was nice to
Oh, that was great.
different faces in the crowd. Hopefully convinced a couple of folks to join the lodge, and
Good.
we'll see, everything's coming up roses.
That's great. That's good. Yeah, and I'm so glad the dinner worked out well.
Yeah.
That's yeah, great.
Yeah, it was nice. Mark Cosapoli dropped in quick.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, well, had like 50 stops that day.
Yeah, I know.
Every
I
VFW
know.
hall and in the
Yes,
county.
and all the
Yeah,
ceremonies
he
and
was-
everything.
I'm sure he had a full plate. He came in. We were still prepping, He's like, all right, what do you want me to do? I'm like, well, you chop some onions. Or, he wanted to, serve some dinners and stuff, but it wasn't 5 yet. So,
Right.
a little early for that, but come on in. Roll
So
up
he
your
helped
sleeves.
out?
And he's, yeah. So he stuck around for a little bit and then off to the next
Stop.
section.
So those of you that are listening, Mark Carsapoli is the director of Veterans Agency for the County of Ulster, and he's doing a phenomenal job as the director. I think probably the
communicating.
I was just going to say that, Cameron. Probably the one thing that he does better than anyone I know is communication. He emails any way he can. He gets out the word about veterans events throughout Ulster County, and that's fantastic because that's 99% of the battle, right?
Yeah, absolutely, getting the word out.
Yeah.
That's for everything.
Yeah, so he does a phenomenal job with that, which thank you for. And he is a veteran also, so
Yeah,
thank you for your
absolutely.
service also, Mark. Yeah, so it was a busy weekend too. Uptown Kingston's always busy.
They're
and-
doing some filming uptown next couple days. And I
Yes.
saw driving through. They dropped. There's like 3 of those big, huge lifts, like man
Yeah.
lifts they call them, whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
look out on Friday afternoon and evening for about 24 hours. It's HBO. I forget the name of the working title of the series, but there will be some traffic issues
Yeah. Oh well.
uptown.
There are always traffic issues uptown.
Well, there are, but,
No, but-
there will be some easily avoidable traffic issues up on Fair Street,
It's only a couple blocks.
right
so.
across the street from Lickennard is where they're shooting.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
So with those lifts, I wonder if they're gonna make it snow or be
Yeah, it's
dumping
always
ivory
fun.
flakes out or whatever, shooting hoses for a rain scene or something. I don't know, but it's good.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see what
be
they're going to
interesting.
do, and amazing how they do it.
Yeah,
On top of it.
HBO's been here a lot. They did the Nicole Kidman show and the
Right.
Mark Ruffalo. There were 2 different shows, I think, right?
Yeah, they were.
Mark Ruffalo was the twin, played twins.
Yes.
One or more HBO producers or content
the area.
executives must live in this area.
Yes.
Because if they're shooting, there's, we only know of 3. That who knows? They do stuff up in Fleischman's and
Yeah, Dutchess
Beacon
County.
and Columbia County. Who knows what else?
Good to
is
know
going on,
Ulster
so.
County has huge tax incentives for
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for the businesses.
But just because it's HBO, it makes me think that someone they want to shorten their
Connection.
commute.
There's
Wanna
a
shorten their
connection to
commute
the area.
from Woodstock to the set here instead of the set somewhere else. So I don't know.
And so all of you listening and travel to Uptown Kingston, beware this week. There will be a little bit of
Yeah.
traffic congestion up there. And next week, 2 weeks from Friday, is the Snowflake Festival
Yeah, the
in
6th.
Uptown Kingston.
I believe someone from the Snowflake Festival is going to be here. We have 5 Tuesdays this week.
Yes.
This month, rather. So someone from the Snowflake Festival.
Someone from the county executive, Mark Ryder, who's a deputy county executive, will
we
be
got,
on.
oh, heck.
Do we have Hudson River Maritime Museum?
Yep.
Yeah.
They've confirmed for 7:30, so.
So that's great. So we'll have a
Yeah,
full,
which is nice.
slate
Rather
of
than having
guests.
to listen to us.
So Cameron, the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles put out a press release. Does this surprise you that there's cheating on the online permit testing?
Really? I saw.
Yes. Could you imagine such a thing, that you could take the permit test online and someone
with
would
your book?
cheat
With-
on
with
that?
Your book right in front of you, or your
So
parents over your shoulder?
of course, the county clerks, when it initially was rolled out, was adamantly opposed to it, but obviously we didn't have control over the situation. So the online permit testing was available to any 16-year-old who wanted to take the test, and then they would come into our office, and it was hooked into the DMV, and it would show that they passed the test, and they would bring all their primary documentation. Well, come to find out that people were taking the test within 6 minutes and passing it, 8 minutes of passing it. In addition, they only took one picture, and that picture was when you first sat down to take the test. And then there was no other pictures taken after that. So come to find out, they actually took a sampling of 500 people who passed the test. And of that 450, they made the 450 take the test over when they came into the office. Out of that 450, half failed. Yeah, so that goes to show you. Now they put in these safeguards that you have to take your picture 4 times during the permit test, or 3 or 4 during the permit testing. There's a there's a time
Timestamp, yep.
Yeah, for taking it and so forth. So we'll see how that works out.
Well, why don't they just? Can they go back to in the old way?
Sure, you can come.
Or no, the state. Why can't the state just say,
They
okay, that's it, back to the
right,
old way?
they just don't want to. They're trying to, on the state level, alleviate people coming into the office. That's what they want to do. But in the meantime, we have to look at, when you come in, we have to look at the 4 pictures, make sure all 4 pictures look the same, that it's the same person, make sure it wasn't a very quick test taking
2 minutes
time.
apart, right?
So by the time we're said and done, it's easier to come in, take the test, and let's do it
that
that
just
way.
added work for you.
Yeah, it's a
For
lot more
your
work
staff,
and time and so
you
forth.
understand.
So very interesting. There was an article yesterday in quite a few newspapers in regard to it. So, folks, if you're going to take that online, or you have children or grandchildren that are going to take that online test, which I'm sure everybody who listens to us would never do anything like that. No, because all of our listeners would
100%
abide by the rules. Absolutely. And know that you always do have the option to come into the
Now,
office.
did the state rescind any licenses that they thought may have been cheaters, or?
Well, they
lucky you.
have left it up to the examiners when you come in, the cashiers, when you come into the office. If you feel like somebody's coming in and it's a 6-minute test, you can tell them you have to take it over. That there's no physical way that you can complete that test in 6 minutes. I mean, you just can't.
Just reading the questions takes longer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Or if there's other people in the picture, like if you take your picture and there's people in the background, they all make you take the test again.
Yeah, well, they
I
got to
don't
do
know.
something. I mean,
Yes.
it may sound silly, but they go, ooh, the Greek Bazaar.
Oh, yeah, the Greek Bazaar. Talk about
That's
that,
this
Cameron.
weekend.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Lunch on Saturday. Well, I just happen to notice that the St. George's annual Greek Bazaar is this weekend. Indoor dining Friday and Saturday Fridays from 4 to 8, Saturdays from 11 to 8. Takeout only. 12 to 5 on Sunday. Okay. Indoor dining on Friday and Saturday, takeout only on Sunday.
What's the
Because going
hours?
in and sitting down is the best thing.
It is. It's yeah.
The kids running around, waiting tables, and
Yeah. What time for the eat-in on Friday and Saturday?
eat in Fridays from 4 to 8 and Saturday 11 to 8, so you can have
Great.
a nice lunch.
And if you want to do takeout on Sunday?
Yeah, I have fond memories of like grew up in Redeemer Lutheran Church, and the church dinners, and
Right. Yeah. Yes.
and when this is the 70s,
popular,
there's a lot more
yes.
of them back then.
Absolutely.
And the kids would always have to volunteer, and it would always turn into a contest, like who could
Clear the most
clear the most
tables.
tables, or pour the most waters, or whatever.
That's
It's
great,
fun.
though. That's what it's about. That's for sure.
Yeah, me and the Cruz brothers and the Wilds and the Keene kids and
Well, yeah.
some old memories. Yeah, the Bonings.
That's probably where you got your start in the restaurant business.
Probably. Yeah.
There you go,
Working
right?
down there, yeah.
At the
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Right, for the church dinners.
Yeah,
That's
Paul
for sure.
Kogan. Oh man, I just have some names I haven't thought of in years, man.
Yeah. That's great. So that's this weekend, the Greek
Yep,
Bazaar.
this weekend. St. George's Greek Orthodox Church. It's on Greenkill Avenue, sort of. It seems like
Sort
it's
of,
more
right.
on Washington, but we're Greenkill by the Stewarts, by the Boulevard. You know,
Right.
so I'm sure
I believe all the
everyone
pros-
hearing me right now knows where St. George's is. But
And all the proceeds
check
go
it
to the
out.
church, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and the pastries.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, to die for.
Yeah.
So good. So, yeah.
Can you repeat
support
the date?
The date is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday are dine-in. Sunday is takeout only. 4 to 8 on Friday, 11 to 8 on Saturday, and takeout 12 to 5 on Sunday. So
Do you have the address there? Just for everybody to listen.
294 Greenkill Avenue.
Good enough.
But you Google St. George's, and it'll probably pop up on the screen before you're done typing. So
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
that's cool. Good. I'm glad I saw that. 'cause
Yes,
I wouldn't have
definitely.
seen that if had I not looked.
Had you not looked at the paper,
But,
that
but,
means
you
you're...
know, I was looking at the weather this morning before I left the house, and you know how I was talking about the rain deficit that we've had, all the rain we've had, all the
Yes,
rain
you
we've had.
have kept us
We're
updated
still
about that.
5 inches below normal for the end of the year. Normal to date is 41.36. Oh, I'm sorry, I have it reversed. I said it wrong. For months, I've been saying how much we've been in a deficit.
Correct.
Now we are 4 or 5 inches over. Year to date, 41 inches. Normal year to date, 36 inches. So
Yeah, that
we're-
was most of
Isn't
it.
that...
yeah,
was
which
just
is
within the last month.
exactly all summer. Remember, like it's the summer we've been talking. Like at one point, I remember we were like 8 inches below normal, which is like 2 months worth of rainfall. So I'm
Yeah,
glad.
isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you on Friday I was driving in that rain, and yeah, it was heavy. Yeah, and even
For a
Saturday.
long time too. It rained heavy for a long period.
Yes, it did. It did. Yeah, and Long Island was hit by some storms on Saturday. Tornado touchdown.
And Dutchess County.
Yes,
Yeah,
right,
Millbrook,
right, Cammie.
right outside of Milledgeville, F1 tornado.
Yeah.
A little property damage, but tore up some trees and blocked roads. So, and thankfully, no one or no animals were hurt. So
Yes,
that's
thank
always a good
goodness.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have something for this weekend. If somebody wants to attend a fall concert, dinner, and dance Sunday, it's at 1 p.m. the concert, and it's for a manicure and damacore. Yeah.
At their
At-
house.
Yeah, let's see.
At
It's held at the Kingston Manicure
Oh,
Hall.
cool.
30. There you go again. 37 Greenkill Avenue, and the concert's at 1. Hors d'oeuvres are at noon, so arrive for the hors d'oeuvres before the concert. Followed by a smoked pork dinner. Now, how do you say this? Kassler, Ripchen,
Yeah, Ripken.
which means a smoked pork dinner. Dance music by Kassler Ripchen, which is a smoked pork dinner. Dance music by Gregory and the Braha Band. And they strongly recommend reservations. So you could contact Alina at 339-5969 or Hildegard at 757-5135. Or you can leave a message, right, Cameron?
Saturday, so you can eat around the world this weekend. So
Yes.
Saturday you can go to Greeks for lunch, and Sunday you can go to Germany for a concert and some dinner. So
Yes.
look at that.
And proof of vaccination is required. And masks, yes.
Yeah, if it's putting people inside a small space,
Yeah.
safety first.
So the tire event's $40 per person. If you just want to go for hors d'oeuvres in the concert, it's $20 per person, or dance and dessert, $20 per person. Sounds like a fun time.
Dancing and dessert, little polka.
Yeah, right.
The,
Absolutely.
The German dancer, they smack their feet, whatever. They do, and then each other. Psh.
So Anne-Marie Harms is the publicity chair for that, and Anne-Marie worked in the county clerk's office for years.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's very active in manicure and damacore. So it sounds like a great day. Busy weekend, right?
Yeah, well, just remind me, between, Monacore, Damacore, Italian American Association, the White Eagle, the White Eagle, they resurrected the Polish festival, or, the Polish, whatever.
Right, celebration.
The Bazaar, yeah, the
Bazaar, yes.
Say White Eagle Bazaar or whatever.
I love that bazaar.
The ethnicities are great. It's
Absolutely.
very strong cultural pride in our communities.
Speaking about that, the Italian American Foundation just last weekend had their multicultural dinner and invited groups, including the Hibernians, like you said, Manticore and Damacor, oh my God, all the groups. The Rear Center co-sponsored it with the Italian American Foundation. So it was really nice. All different groups getting together for dinner. It was held up at Wiltwick. It was a huge success.
So where was it?
At Wiltwick.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, and they have music and great way to share your different cultures and your different ethnicities.
Community event,
Yes.
meet some different people. And
Yeah, so it's very successful, and we've been doing that now for a couple of years.
cool.
Yeah,
Huh.
maybe 3-4 years. Yeah, so it's great. Absolutely. And so we have a full guest schedule
Yep.
today, right?
Mayor is due, and then
At 8 o'clock, we have, oh my gosh, 8:30 is Christine Hine, and 8 o'clock is Bill Forte.
Alto Forte. Yeah.
Yes.
already
So
talked
we have
about
a full lineup of guests today, which is great.
How-
Now I hope everybody is being very vigilant because if you read the Freeman today, we are up on
Yeah.
active cases
In a week.
118% in 10 days
week,
in
that's a
Ulster
lot.
County. So please wear your mask. Do
523
social
active
distancing.
cases.
Yes. An interesting statistic, though, I believe that I read, I think it's in that article, that 1.18% of the individuals that have contracted COVID have been breakthrough cases.
Yeah,
So
1.5, yeah.
so most of the cases are unvaccinated individuals. And of course, we've spoken before on the radio about the booster shots. Please get your booster shot. They are available. If you've completed your Moderna or Pfizer booster more than 6 months ago, you're eligible. And the J&J, it just has to be a 2-month window, and you're eligible for the booster shot. And of course, the county's doing it at Best Buy, all your local pharmacies. You can obtain the booster. And for those that are not vaccinated, the county is also, as well as the pharmacies, giving the actual vaccine too. So important when you see those kind of statistics, right, Cameron?
Absolutely. And now it's getting colder. People are going to be inside and closer together more. So
Yeah.
more
Yes.
vigilance. Stay vigilant.
Yeah, I know in the county building, we still have to wear our masks in the building. When you're at your desk or your work area or your office, you can remove the mask, but anytime you're walking around the building or entering the building, you must have your mask on.
Yeah, I've seen a lot more people are voluntarily wearing their masks.
Yes, you'll see it in the grocery
Stores
stores,
and
right?
stuff,
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. And still trying to keep that 6 feet of social distancing, which is important. And of course, our hand sanitizers, all those precautions that help. They really do.
Yep.
Not only for COVID, right,
Everything,
Cameron, but
flu
for the flu,
and
cold, the common cold, everything.
Rhinovirus that kids get, everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, and you could go right on the county website, and they have all the information in regard to COVID testing and booster shots and vaccines, and when they're available and so forth. And our county exec, Pat Ryan, is still doing his Facebook updates, so you can tune in every week. It's normally on Thursdays because of Veterans Day. He did it on Friday this past week, but normally Thursdays, I believe, at I'm going to say 3 o'clock, but you could double check on the county exec Facebook
That's streamed
page.
live, right? Yeah.
Yes, yep, stream live, which is a good thing. And
I'm
he
sure
keeps you updated.
I'm sure there's archives too, right? You can probably somewhere look at past ones or whatever.
Yes, and there's a COVID dashboard that the county updates every day, except on weekends. But during the week, it's updated every day with all the statistics and all the current information in regard to obtaining the boosters and the vaccines. So, we'll get through this winter, please be careful, be safe, because it is hard during the winter months.
Yep.
Very difficult. So that's available to us. But other than that, the county's been pretty active. It's budget time.
That
and-
gets passed next month, December? Right?
And
Or
we'll have-
voted on, I should say. Gets
Yeah, and,
voted on?
yeah,
Not
and
passed.
as we
Not
said, Mark
given,
Ryder
yeah.
will be on at the end of the month. He'll talk a little bit about the county executives' initiatives that are in that budget and what he's looking to do. And there is quite a few initiatives in regard to mental health,
Yes,
opioid treatment, and so forth. So we're looking forward to having Mark on at the end of the month and updating us on the county budget. Yes, and the process is it goes before the legislature. They have to pass the budget. They don't have to pass it intact as the county exec. They can, vote down certain, it is a line item, budget. But then the county exec does have the right to veto that, and then it can go back to the legislature if the county exec vetoes anything. The county legislature must then pass it by 2/3 of a vote. It doesn't have to be a simple majority. So there is a process to it, and I know the legislature has been working hard these past 6 weeks, reviewing the budget and meeting with department heads and so forth in regard to it. So, the county has
What's going on?
checks and balances.
Yeah, yep.
As the mayor will tell us when he comes in, I'm sure, with the city and where they are with their budget process. So we'll see. Yeah, absolutely. So I was down, Cameron. Okay, don't tell
about
me
this?
about. No, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
That's
though.
cool.
Yeah.
How I don't know if anyone else has heard, but I just learned about it this morning reading the
too.
Freeman that Old Savannah downtown, the restaurant on the creek, is going to be putting a ice skating rink in.
I think that's such a wonderful idea.
Where basically where their tent is. They have had that outdoor banquet tent. And it's going to be refrigerated. It's a manufacture. It's a system they're bringing in. So it'll be open all weather pretty much. And I believe December 6 p.m. Thursday, December 2nd is when it opens up. And I'm sure it'll be open for a couple months.
Yes, I think it said through February.
Yeah, March will probably start getting a little warm. But I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Like $20 for a half hour, includes skate rentals. I think it's cool, man. It's going to be like Rockefeller Center downtown.
It
right?
will. It's great. I hope
I'm
he pipes
sure,
in
Dave-
holiday music.
Yeah, Dave's a
and-
smart. Dave Amato.
Yeah,
he's a
good
crafty guy.
businessman,
So I'm
yes.
sure they're gonna. I don't want to say camp it up. Campy. That sounds derogatory, but I'm sure they're gonna decorate it up. Holiday it up.
Yes, absolutely.
Which
Probably,
is cool.
probably similar to the rink in Saugerties, but in a
Yeah.
much more condensed.
But outside, the creek. I
Beautiful,
think it could be really
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
I think it's
A
great.
destination, certainly.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
if skating gets you hungry and thirsty, and if you're not like if you don't ice skate all the time or playing a hockey league or something, half hour on the ice is a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
for
your,
sure.
Your ankles are gonna be hurting in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ice skated since I was young.
too long to remember.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
We went. Ben had a couple ice skating birthdays, so it hasn't been that
So
long.
you've
for
been
me.
on the ice.
But I know a few years ago, I played hockey every, we neighborhood pond hockey like every day after school in the winter. Yeah, I'm a pretty good ice skater.
Yeah.
But not doing it in a long. It's tiring. You use calf muscles and back muscles you never knew about.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I
for
think that's
sure.
good. Cool. Kudos to them for great ideas. Thinking outside the box.
Oh, absolutely.
They're downtown. I know for a fact, having owned a restaurant downtown, tourism declines sharply
Come
in
the
the winter.
winter,
So you're
yes.
more dependent on the locals, if you will.
Very good.
And
that's a very good move.
yeah, it's a great idea. And there's parking along there, and yeah, good idea, Dave.
What a fun thing to bring your kids. Absolutely.
Good date night thing, or
Yeah, right. Date
afternoon
night.
thing,
Right.
whatever.
Skate. Yeah. Yeah.
They'll probably have a fire pit there nearby
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff
Or
like
at
that
least
too. Yeah.
Propane,
The heaters.
backyard,
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
the
Yeah.
thingies there.
Yeah. Right. The
hand
heaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be dressed up really, really,
It'll look
really
good.
nice. Yeah, for a nice event.
And now, if they do Sinterklaas, right?
Right.
They can
I
do
wonder.
a little Sinterklaas on ice.
No, I haven't seen anything on Sinterklaas because normally that's the Saturday after Thanksgiving that we have it here on our side of the river, and then Rhinebeck does it the
Yeah,
following
they did
day
the
on
boat.
Sunday. Yeah.
right.
But I haven't seen any. I don't know, maybe because of COVID. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. So that's something we should, or if anybody who's listening knows.
Yeah,
or
also
maybe
wanna
the
ask
mayor might.
if he's
Yes.
heard of anything about New Year's.
Oh yeah, right, Cameron.
No
You're
one's
supposed
contacted
to be.
me.
You're supposed to be on that committee.
No one's contacted me.
Well, we're gonna have
I'm
to.
supposed to be the committee.
Maybe you're supposed to be contacting. We'll have to find out when he comes in at 7:30.
TV.
Yeah.
There's something in my hair. I don't know what the heck. I showered this morning and everything.
I don't know. Were you working around the house?
No, I don't know. At work.
All right, there you go.
So, bugging me. Pulling
right.
out precious hairs, too.
Well, we're at the 7:30 hour, so
All right, we should be
hand
back.
it over to Dan,
All right.
and we'll be back with the mayor.
Okay, and thank you, Nina Poshapak, Cameron Rylance, and thank you for bringing us through to 7:30 and updating us on all things in the Ulster County area. You're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. My name is Dan Gatis, and it is 7:30 a.m., Tuesday, November 16th, and 32 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. Cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Show the world that you're tougher than tough. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Nina Poshapak. Once again, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund is asking you to help the needy this holiday season. For the last 50 years, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund has helped less fortunate families have a happier holiday. Look for our collection boxes at the local branches of the Ulster Federal Credit Union, Roundout Savings Bank, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Savings Bank, and at Cantine Field and Saugerties. Thank you and have a happy Christmas.
And we're back, and thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, WGHQ, and streaming online at mykcr.org. Thank you for your patience yesterday for our online presence. We are online and streaming right now. Just in case you need to go someplace out of our district, you can tune into mykcr.org and stream online our 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. show. Sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 48. Few passing clouds tonight with a low of 27. And Wednesday, partly cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to cloudy skies during the afternoon, a high near 50. And cloudy skies early, becoming partly cloudy later with a low of 42 for Wednesday night. Thursday, partly cloudy in the morning and then becoming cloudy with periods of rain later in the day. A high of 63. And cloudy and damp with rain early on Thursday night. Low of 34. And then becoming partly cloudy. A low of 34 degrees. That's the next 3 days. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston. Let's get back to the on-air studio with Nina Poshapak, Cameron Rylance, and our new guest.
We are back.
We
Terrific
are,
Tuesday,
Cameron, yes.
With our mayor, Steve Noble. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning,
Thanks
Mayor.
for having me back again this month.
Yeah, it's nice. It's light out. Last time you were here, it was still
a
dark
little
out.
dark,
Yeah.
but I do miss the light at night. But it's all right.
I don't know. I like the light now. So
Yeah.
How's the bus stop? The bus stop has to be better now,
Yes,
right?
it's much brighter in the morning. It's a little warmer because the sun is out a
right.
little bit
That's
more.
true.
But it's a little harder though to go for our evening walks. I now have to put on all kinds of gear to be able to be
Reflective
reflective
gear,
and
yeah.
light up. And so if you see me flashing,
We know why.
That's me out there.
But I had to say, as someone who's coming home from work sometimes at 5:30, or 6 at night, and it's dark, and our neighborhood's a great neighborhood to walk in, obviously. I appreciate people with their flashlights and their reflector, because it is difficult at times to see people when they're walking, even if they have light-colored clothes on, and they don't have the proper,
And a
reflection.
reflective dog collar, because you could have it, but you have a dark leash and a dark dog, and the dog's in the
good
road.
point,
I
Cameron.
speak from experience. I almost hit a dog before, someone walking. It was like out in the road, and I saw the person. So reflective leash or collar.
Yeah, there's
also.
some really great. Some folks in our neighborhood have some LED collars
Yeah,
that actually
yeah,
light up,
yeah.
so you can actually see.
Yeah, you have a little hang tag,
yeah,
clippy
it's
thing,
really pretty.
anything. Just it's because if they're stretched out in the road, and
Yep.
it's can be dangerous. So what's going on? Budget time, right?
It
You're
is
waiting
budget
for,
time. You guys were talking about the county
yeah.
budget this morning. We actually last night was the first budget review session with the Kingston Fire Department and the Building Safety Department. So they went last night. So they have a very similar process where the Common Council meets with all of the department heads. They go over the budgets in detail, and then in the first week in December, the Common Council usually votes on the budget. One of the things that is interesting, different, right, about the county and the city is that where the county legislature has the ability, and the county executive has the ability to do like line item vetoes, I either have to accept the budget as whole, as amended or not. And so that always makes it
Yeah.
Oh, that is
an
a little more
interesting
difficult.
process, because it's like but we've really been, there's been a great working relationship between myself and the Common Council over the last couple of years. We've been able to deliver a budget that doesn't raise taxes, that invests in essential services, and really that's what people want to see. They want to see more people out on the street cleaning up. They want to be
Yep.
able to have, when they have to call DPW or Parks and Recreation, they want someone to be able to answer the phone and assist them. And, I think that that's really what this year's budget was all about, was kind of getting back to basics. We were able to add about 20 plus staff members to the city roster. COVID had a big impact on us last year in terms of, not filling a lot of positions and, trying to cut back because we didn't know what to expect. But in the end, we had more people coming to Kingston and more need for services.
And sales tax revenue stayed steady.
Revenue stayed steady and even went up a little bit. And so that's going to help us this year for 2022, really be able to deliver. We're adding a brand new buildings and grounds department with 3 full-time people to be able to just make sure that we're doing a better job maintaining our parking lots, maintaining the vacant city-owned houses, maintaining the medians better, adding staff in the parks department to be able to better maintain our parks. And as we talked about before we got on the air, adding 3 new police officers, to the budget. We really, this is the year for us to be able to kind of make these investments, and we can do it without raising taxes, which is important.
Better. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Because we know that people are still struggling, and we're still a very small part of your tax bill, and so if you do see an increase, it's generally because the school taxes have gone up. The cost of educating our children is not as stable as running a municipality.
Yeah,
And there's just a lot of demands and on that system
And unknowns too.
So, yeah.
For the price of fuel this winter is going to skew next year's budget. They're going to have to ramp up for that. So it's,
Yeah, no,
hard.
absolutely. Yeah, the infrastructure improvements have made a huge impact, I think, on our city. I know it was difficult when we were going through it, and especially for the businesses along the way that were affected by that. But now to go down Broadway, it's a dream. It's really, I have
Even
to
without
say,
the new traffic lights working, it's
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than it was. So,
Absolutely. The roundabout has worked out very well. I have to say, it really, really has made a positive impact on the whole
I think it's
city.
going to affect Midtown the most.
Yes, I agree with
Broadway.
you,
I mean, it's
Cameron.
really brightened, the sidewalks, the landscaping that's in, the ease of travel, parking. I'm super positive about the whole thing.
And I think one of the good things that also happened during this time was that, for a long time, we haven't really had a Midtown business district. One started about a decade ago, and then it kind of turned into the business alliance of Kingston, and then it kind of lost its focus on the heart of Midtown. And so through the pandemic, the business owners all got together and created the Midtown Business Association
There's
Alliance.
a lot of businesses along Broadway
yeah.
that are creeping in. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, that's a different sign. And you got to get out and walk the street at some point.
Yeah, I went to their meeting last month, I think, or in September, and they had, 35, 40 people at the
fantastic.
business meeting. And, they're planning on, trying to do some holiday events and really try to, get all of the businesses to be open on the same days, on the weekends, to be able to attract people to the neighborhood. And I think that that's just really exciting to be able to see them, themselves come together.
Yes.
And it's always helpful, I think, for any mayor to be able to have a business organization where they can help prioritize the needs and wants of the neighborhood. Because for me to hear from 40 different people, everyone then has their own idea of what they want, which could be drastically different from one another. Where if you have a business association, you can, yes, go ahead, Cameron.
Speaking of Midtown, that rail trail is extending. I just saw, I had to go to the main post office the other day. I was like, what's going on here? That's awesome.
Yeah, so that
now, did the city have to acquire? Did they have the easement for that, or?
So actually, the county had the easement for that section of track. It hadn't been used in a really long time, and so the county received about $2 million in federal transportation funds to be able to build that project, and then it should be done this year.
Yeah. Now where's it going to end?
So basically, it starts at the Cornell Street parking lot and will go all the way to Kingston Plaza.
Okay, so Cornell, all right, through the back there.
Yes.
That's great.
And it will, and once the county's done building it, it's going to basically transition over to the city of Kingston as basically a city park. We're going to maintain it from here on out. And so we're really just so excited. So many people.
Tying in uptown, like pedestrian with the bike, that's so awesome. That's, it's cool.
And there's a lot of space adjacent to it for, over the next couple of years to be able to kind of grow out it into even more of a park.
Greenway,
especially in the area around Cornell Street.
Well, yeah, it's wide open right there. That's what,
Street,
because those fences have been there forever, and they're gone, and it's like, look at all the area. It's huge.
Yeah. So it's going to be a really great addition to
cool.
Midtown.
Good.
We're excited about that.
And we still have the renovations that are being done or the improvements that are being done down at Kingston Point, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
That'll be wonderful.
Yeah, we just finished up the parking lot and the brand new soccer field, and so the grass is planted, and so it'll be ready to be played on this spring. But the new parking lot is open for everybody to use, which is good. We've just seen so much flooding starting to occur. For locals, the parking lot by the BMX track has flooded for years.
Always opposed.
But it has gotten much worse over the last couple of years. And every, centimeter of, sea level rise, just floods the parking lot even more. And so we're excited to be able to, phase one was to build a brand new parking lot across the street for the softball players and the dog park users. And then phase two is actually to be able to take the part of that wetland that's all wet and actually turn it into a wetland, build a bridge for the people for BMX to be able to get across.
Oh, that's cool.
Put in a culvert and a bridge. And then the kind of the end of the parking lot that currently doesn't get flooded, we're going to raise up. So that it'll be able to be used for parking for years to come. And so that's kind of phase two of the project.
Climate change is coming.
Yeah, and it's such a valuable park, and we really want to be able to make sure that it's around for the next generation, so that my son's kids can be able to
access the river and the sports opportunities.
Yeah, and I have to say, this past summer it's been so busy down there.
Well, with the new rail,
trail.
Yes. Whatever you call that, the walkway
really
up along the river.
Yeah. Very, very busy.
Yep,
so that's
that's
fantastic.
fantastic.
That's great. And then you have the Deet Stadium coming up too. So
we've got a lot of projects, right? And I think that that's one of the things that we're going to try to get across to the Common Council. There are, we have a growing list of capital projects that we need to do. So we asked for a couple of additional project managers to be able to help implement these. We've been really great about getting the grant funding, but once you have the funding, then the work starts. And, we want to be able to do them in a timely manner, and we want to be able to make sure that we're also leveraging all of these federal dollars. I mean, the fact that, Kingston has got $17 million, lined up to come our way to be able to help with a variety of different projects. And that doesn't include any of this transportation money. Like, we don't know exactly, they just signed the bill yesterday, right? But we don't really know exactly how that's going to manifest locally.
So the other UCAT's getting a nice little injection too. So
So it's gonna take people to implement all of that, but it's all for the good of the city. I think that there are projects that everyone wants better roads, So
Absolutely.
Fill the potholes, collect the garbage, clean up the litter.
Parks,
It's
recreation
and that's-
areas.
all it costs money. So.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, so next year alone, we're going to be doing work on Henry Street and Franklin Street. So, that those are two major projects.
Part of that funding was from the Safe Schools initiative on Franklin, right?
Yep.
And Henry, for both of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got funding, a variety of different funding sources for both streets, but, to be able to have all new sidewalks and, all new pavement for drivers as well and cyclists, it's going to make a big difference. Again, we're working through making sure that we're also preserving the bluestone in the areas that we can and making
But
sure
there's,
that,
in that area, there's a lot more kids in that area. I live near the corner of Franklin and Fair, and walking to school, it seems like there's less busing and more people walking. So it's timely that those, from the past from Broadway to the school, I believe, right?
Yes. Yep. From
Past
Broadway.
the library, which is fantastic. Tying that in,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
So you have some new members on the Common Council come
We do.
January, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always interesting because new members bring new ideas, new energy, but you also need that institutional knowledge. And so I think you have a nice balance this year, some new faces, but there's still some veteran aldermen and alderwomen there. So are you looking forward to working with
I
the
am.
new council?
Yeah. I've already reached out to them, the newly elected members, and I've met with 2 out of the 4 already. I'm actually meeting with your former guest who used to be right after me, right,
That's
Mike?
right.
I'm meeting with Mike today, and I think it's a big part of my role is to just be able to help introduce them to kind of city government and who they need to talk to, and really just to be able to be an open. Just open up the line of communication, just so folks know, like when a constituent calls about this issue, what do they do with it, and who do they call, and so we're there to help support them in that effort, and hopefully, the nice thing is that they do have this kind of 2-month kind of time frame for them to do some. I know I saw a couple of the members, already got involved in our zoning initiative that we were doing last week. So they were able to join in on a couple of the meetings to be able to kind of hear from our constituents about what they love about Kingston, what they'd like to change. So I think that was really helpful for them. And, but yeah, it is nice that we also have some of the veterans to be able to also be there, because it's hard if you have a complete, if all 9 of them were new.
Oh yeah.
That would be difficult.
And but I think that that's and that happened a few years ago, where we had more people who were kind of changing over. But I think we have a good mix.
So 4 new members?
4 new members.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's almost 50%, which is
Yeah,
nice.
almost half,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what else, Mayor?
Yeah. So I mean, I think that for us, we're excited about the holiday season. It's really
Snowflake Festival's coming.
Yeah, Snowflake Festival. We've got they've really put in a tremendous amount of effort, and they really do such a wonderful job, and it's so community oriented. And so I definitely encourage folks to do the firemen and women are going to be doing a tree lighting again this year at Academy Green. Which is nice. They had to kind of have a scaled down event last year because of COVID, and so they're excited to be able to welcome people again. And even downtown and midtown are getting into the kind of mix of trying to help make sure that it feels festive in the different neighborhoods, and so they'll all be announcing some different events coming up soon. So,
Do you know if there are going to be a tree in Midtown? Do you know?
that is a good
Because
question.
now that they reconfigured Henry Street, it's a nice
there's
little
a little space there now.
green spot
Yeah.
for it. So
That's
it'd be
something
nice.
we'll have to talk to them about.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Midtown, I had a question when we were talking earlier. Any word or anything on the Kings Inn plot or land? Whatever?
Well, I know we talked a lot about it during our zoning initiative because it's one of those. It's kind of like the missing tooth on Broadway,
old
and
hole in the ground.
we've tried to get folks to be interested. It's a very uniquely configured site. And so, but during the zoning initiative, there was some real interest in kind of figuring out what could go there and what it could look like. And so I do think that in the time ahead, there'll be another opportunity
yeah.
for us to be able to.
Now, is that
have the
city
right-
owned?
It is city
Okay,
owned.
that was seized, right?
It was. It's
Yeah,
one of our
okay.
tax
So
foreclosed
that's a
property.
potential moneymaker for the city to put that into commercial hands somehow, or residential, residential, commercial, something. So
Yeah, and it's
back
about
on the tax rolls.
right, and I think that's one of the things we just got the finance committee to approve. It hasn't gone to the full council yet, but a partnership with Repco to be able
I
to
was just going to ask you about
yeah,
that.
to be able to take 10 of our foreclosed properties and be able to renovate them and to have them be able to have a first-time home buyers program, to be able to put folks who are at 100%, area median income or less into these homes. It's just really exciting. They have some funding lined up to be able to help do that. Some of these houses have been long empty. One of the ones I drive by every day is 310 Brook. There was, I think, a couple of different fires in that building right on Foxhall. It's a big, beautiful Victorian, but there's a few like that have been just kind of sitting in our neighborhoods for a long time. And, the land bank is working away
I
on.
was just going to ask you what the difference is between the land bank and what you're doing
It's
with
really
Repco. Is
just,
this the same?
And so the
Okay.
land bank has a whole slate of houses already that they're working on and will be working on. And so for me, this was an opportunity to just add capacity because really no organization could do it all because we have 20 plus that are, just city owned, tax foreclosed properties that are single family homes. And so
getting homeowners in there
Yeah.
is ideal.
Oh, huge. To,
You know,
and to
so
fix
for
them
every
up.
reason, just begin, generational wealth, buy into the neighborhood. It's taxes. It's homeowners are where it's at. So
Yeah.
any
And-
path towards that.
And because of the funding that Repco has, they're able to pay us the back taxes. And so we're actually, as a city, county, and school district, they're going to be able to be made whole for folks who didn't pay their taxes for a few years before we seized them. So it was really a win-win.
Now,
so.
Lambert, I believe there used to be a funeral parlor on Henry Street, the old Victorian house.
Yes.
That looks fantastic. They're doing. Now, what is that end use going to be there? Do you know?
So actually, we have on the Kingston City Land Bank website an RFP for folks to be able to apply.
Really?
To
That's a gorgeous.
let us
the
know what
paint
you'd want to.
scheme. Have you been by there lately?
I haven't.
It's right across from the Transart building, basically. It's a two-family. It kind of sits a little bit back from the street.
On Henry Street.
On Henry. But it's a big old house.
But, there's like gingerbread work on it and
Yeah.
and architectural details. It's really a neat house.
all
And-
wood floors inside,
Yeah.
and it's in relatively good shape. So they actually got that from the city, and we're now looking to see what type of uses people may have for that to buy it. So that's out for I think
Good.
another couple of weeks. So if anyone is listening and is interested, there's actually that and another property on, I want to say Hamilton, I think. That the land bank has out right now that someone may be interested in
Now,
picking
where's
up.
Hamilton?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know where it is. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
It's a little street off of
It's a
another.
little street off of another street.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't either. But, it's amazing what they've accomplished already
Yeah.
with the land bank. Yep. And like
Yeah.
you said, it's a win-win for the city, for the properties owners around those structures. I mean, it's terrible if you're a property owner and it's deteriorated, and so it's good.
yeah, the first three houses that we renovated, we're having all of the closings this week with 3 new families.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And
Good.
we found families, through Repco and some of the other first-time home buyer programs. And so we're having a big event at 64 Van Buren Street this week. That was one of the homes. And so it's we're calling it Home for the Holidays.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
we're excited to be able to welcome 3 new families into the houses. And they really all came out really great. But just this work is really expensive, to be able to each of these homes cost us between $300,000 and $400,000 to renovate, and we're selling them for $130,000.
Yeah.
And so but that's just what we need to do if we want to be able to keep affordable
Long-term,
housing.
yeah,
And and thankfully there's grant money and support systems in place.
The cost of everything right now.
It's just
is-
crazy.
Yeah,
so-
materials and
yeah.
labor
Crazy.
costs and material costs
Yes.
are
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
not surprising.
So that's fantastic.
So I don't know. Were we off the air when we talked about the ice rink that's going to be downtown? I think
No, we were on there.
You were on there. Okay.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so.
Yeah, but no, we're excited to be able to, anytime we can add kind of winter fun in Kingston. A lot of people have asked for a long time about ice skating, sledding opportunities, and that's just such a great reuse of a space that just kind of sits dormant in the winter.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm happy for them, and I'm sure, I think we're getting to do the ribbon cutting that night. So I'll get to be down there with my family. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. And Cameron, I was waiting for you to ask, but I will ask the question. Cameron wants to know about New Year's Eve.
New Year's.
Yeah. Have you planned anything?
I see what you thought. Not this year?
No, not that we're aware of at this point. There's we haven't really been able to get a committee of folks together to be able to kind of put that type of event on. I think most of Uptown's attention goes to the Snowflake Festival, and so it's really been hard to
switch gears,
add
a layer,
another event,
yeah.
especially with the. It's so cold normally that like people only want to be outside for a few minutes, and so it's like how much work does a group of volunteers and folks want to put in for an event where people step out of their restaurant,
that's a truth,
and then go back inside. And so it's a hard business concept to be able to make that investment. But we just really just encourage people to get out safely and visit some of our really great establishments, because we do have a lot of.
It's on a weekend this year, right?
It is on a weekend.
I think it is. Yep, Saturday night. I think. Yeah, it's Friday night. Yeah, so we're just really just encouraging people to get out, visit our restaurants. We've got a lot of them in Kingston, and so we just I'd love for them all to be full and and people enjoying their night safely. So
you need employees. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. No, it's everyone I know has a job, and everyone else I know needs employees or staff. It's like, where are these missing people? It's like dark matter in the universe. We know it's there, but we can't see it or find it. It's strange.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully. Well, hopefully in 2022 things will turn around a little bit, and
Any word on the Wirt Street Bridge?
It's under construction.
Yeah, I know. They're major construction.
Yep. And there is, if you drive down there, you'll see that we're at a kind of a one-lane, alternating traffic pattern. And so there's lights on a Beale. So if you head that way, you have to be patient, because there is, you have to wait for your turn to go. So you may want to avoid that. But so it should be done by the end of October. In 2023.
Speaking of downtown,
yes.
Is there do you have any updates on, I think the land bank is helping to create a park at the bottom of Wilbur Avenue and that one property?
Oh, yes, the Kingston Land Trust. Yes.
I'm sorry, Land Trust.
Yes. So right down at the bottom of Wilbur, on the left-hand side, right before you get to the kind of the little village of Wilbur that still exists down there, there's a property that was preserved at the end of 2019, I believe, that the land bank had purchased. And there's basically it's a multiple acre property on the side of the hill, and they're actually providing, doing some work to be able to provide better public access.
Oh, where the quarry was?
The quarry is.
Yeah, that's a really neat little.
The quarry is a 3-sided quarry where it's beautiful.
It's like sheer cliffs. It's really cool.
And so they've preserved that property, and they're working to be able to provide public access to that.
That's really cool.
That is.
So that's but yes, the Kingston Land Trust has been doing a lot of great work in that neighborhood. That area of Kingston was identified in our open space plan as one of our kind of core preservation areas, because it's such steep slopes you can't really build on it anyway. But one of the reasons why the land bank or the land trust got that property was that someone did try to build on it, and they got fined by the city. They built this illegal access road, and then their excavator flipped over and rolled down. Yes. And so we did a stop work order, and in the end, they got.
Yeah, that was neat up there. I went up there a few years ago. There was a geocache. You know the geocaching? There was a geocache up there. My son and I found. But it's those sheer cliffs. It's really neat.
Yeah, I used to live. The first house that we ever had was on Chapel Street.
Up on the top of that,
And so we
Jim Connors up there.
We were lower on the hill, but it was it's such a unique neighborhood, and I think that we actually heard a lot about it during our zoning initiatives about people who live in Wilbur feel really strongly about their neighborhood and want to be able to see it kind of protected in the future. So it's really interesting.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Yeah.
And that spring right there is always running.
It's always running.
Good. It's tasty water, too. I drink out of it. Yeah.
Don't vouch for the safety of the water.
But it's good.
Not
I don't know where it's
advocating
coming from, but,
It is
tasty.
not. It is not filtered by the Kingston Water Department.
No, it's not.
I
It's a
can-
pipe sticking out of the ground. Drink at your own risk.
Yes.
Hasn't killed me yet, so. Cool. All right, we are almost at the top of the hour. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, have a lovely
Sure, thank you
Thanksgiving.
so
Be
much.
safe and
Yes.
Yeah.
And
be well. And we'll talk to you
then.
next month.
All right.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Nina Poshapek, Cameron Rylance, and Mayor Steve Noble, Mayor of Kingston. Thank you for being with us here for this last half hour. And this last half hour was brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Cameron Rylance. Many families in our area will not have a happy holiday, and the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund will help them. We are asking for your contribution to purchase children's clothes, toys, and food for seniors. You can drop off your contribution at the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House on O'Neill Street in Kingston. Thank you.
And thank you for being with us here at WGHQ AM 920, 92.5 FM, the home of Kingston Community Radio, and, of course, streaming online at mykcr.org. This morning program is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit rgbaum.com for more information. Robert Baum Realty. A little bit about the weather and forecast for the next few days. Sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 48. Few passing clouds tonight with a low of 27. And Wednesday we have a 50-degree high. And a little cloudy skies, but sun peeking throughout the day. And Wednesday night, cloudy skies early, becoming partly cloudy later at night with a low of 42. And Thursday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming cloudy with periods of rain later. About an 80% chance of rain throughout Thursday in the later part of the day, with a high of 63. And Thursday night, cloudy and damp with rain early, 80% chance of rain for Thursday night, then becoming partly cloudy with a low of 34. And as we said, the upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. rgbaum.com for more information. Let's get back to the on-air studio with Nina Poshapek, Cameron Rylance, and Bill Forte.
All right, we are back.
We are.
However, before we get into it with Bill, we have a birthday announcement. And it being 8 o'clock every morning, the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House cow pie giveaway. So today I want to wish a very happy birthday to Becky Mills.
Happy birthday, Becky.
Happy birthday from your friends at People's Place. And congratulations. Since you're the only one, you are the cow pie winner. So go see the fine folks at 62 O'Neill Street and claim your cow pie and load up on all the other dairy requirements. So congratulations, Becky.
Yes. Happy
and send
birthday.
them in. Send in your notices in. KCR, P.O. Box 4364, Kingston, New York, 12402.
And we have in the studio with us. Go ahead.
Forte.
All right.
So, Bill, well, before we get into that, how was your Veterans Day? You were probably involved with a whole bunch of stuff.
We had a ceremony at Kingston City Hall. It went well. Afterwards, as we've been doing the past several years, we went out front, fired the rifle salute, and had the playing of taps. The crowd was not what it used to be, but under the circumstances, it was a good crowd.
Good.
We used to fill the upstairs chambers each year, but it dropped off with COVID, like so many other things.
Yeah, and breaking that chain for a year or two, with not being allowed to have it,
Right.
breaking the continuity, I guess was what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
But I know we had a successful dinner at the Elks Lodge. What else? Did you go anywhere else in the county, or?
Oh, I went to Little Italy.
Yeah. They always do
They
a
have good
nice
turnout
job
there?
there.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I got in there, I must have got in at the right time because I was at the serving table when I walked in, got my food, and I sat down. By the time I got up, I was sitting all the way in the back, and the line to get food was about to go out onto the patio.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Everyone, got there at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, Frank Guido's very generous in that respect. Yeah. Yeah. And he does that every single year, right?
He is one of my favorite people in this area.
Yes.
It seems, you try to do something for Frank, and he's already working on one-upping you.
I know.
And it's not just Frank, it's his family, his wife, his son,
Yeah.
and all those employees.
Their staff,
They
yeah.
treat you
Yes.
like family.
They
It's
do.
super.
So true. So true.
Well, he's been successful for 40-some years, so,
Yeah.
had a lot of practice at it. Good. So what you got going on?
Well, first thing I would like to mention is the Ulster County Memorial Chapter 156, Disabled American Veterans, is having a turkey giveaway. It's turkey breasts. It'll be on Sunday, the November 21st, this coming Sunday, at the VFW on the bypass. They have 100 breasts that they'll be giving out, and it'll be first come, first serve. You must be a veteran and have some form of a veteran ID, VA card, membership in VFW, American Legion, one of them. It'll be a drive-through. As you face the VFW, you drive in around the right, there'll be cones there and someone to direct you. You drive around back, show your identification, and they'll give you turkey
See the
breast.
turkey.
Oh, that's
Wow,
great.
That's great.
Fantastic.
There's only
What time does that start?
starts at 12 noon to 3 or until they run out of turkey breast.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. And who's doing that again, Bill?
It's the Ulster County Disabled American Veterans.
Okay.
So they raised the funds for that and buy
Some
in?
funds, they had a lot of it donated.
Wow, that's great.
And
Yeah, that's fantastic.
for fear of flooding the donors with requests, I won't mention who, but they know we appreciate what, and there's been a couple of them that have done this.
Good.
We've given whole turkeys away in the past, and it's a good deal. You never had trouble getting rid of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely. Free, yeah.
Good. I'm glad
Yeah,
people
and
are taking
sometimes the
advantage
turkey
of it.
breast is a little easier, too.
Better.
Yeah, so
You know,
yeah.
Not better, but
Yeah.
you don't need a whole bird if you're only cooking for a few people.
Right.
And that same thing, the disabled veterans, the VFW and American Legion are all looking for members. If you are a veteran, if you qualify, if you have any doubts, you can go to the KVA website. And it gives the requirements for membership in each organization. It's got down there when they meet, what time. It's got most of the information you need. And we especially need members in our honor guard. Our honor guard is probably the single greatest thing about our veterans organizations. What we do is more important than anything else in my eyes. When we provide graveside honors for deceased veterans,
Yes, I agree.
that is the final showing of respect for a man or woman that has served our country. And we were up to I think we had 22 members at our peak. We're down considerably right now. We have a couple that are out ill that we won't be seeing them back for several months, but we really need the help. On a recent Saturday, 2 weeks ago, we had 3 funerals the same day. We've had to, in the past, split our squads send 4 guys one place, 4 another, and 4 really is about the minimum you can do this with. But we get a lot of requests. We go out to funerals and ceremonies about 100 times a year or more. And
which is 2 a week. Just doing the numbers. That's 2 a week.
That's about average, yeah.
That's.
And how many are right now? Do you have members?
We have about 12 active members.
Yeah, so that's difficult.
Now, is there a reluctance to do it, or
a commitment.
you know, is the commitment? Or I mean, I know,
period-
unfortunately, young people probably aren't getting
For a
involved.
period of about 15, 20 years, we were losing veterans at an alarming rate. But they were primarily World War II Korean War veterans. The majority of them have passed on. A veteran of Korea or World War II are well into their 90s now.
Right.
So even those that are still with us aren't capable of standing there in a cemetery for lengthy periods of time, lifting a rifle up and firing. But the Vietnam veterans, they're in their mid-70s.
Hard to believe, but true.
And the current Gulf War, Desert Storm, I said this in the past, I understand that they are much younger. They're trying to make their way in life yet, secure themselves in a job, take care of their families. Usually they don't get involved till they're 40, 45 years old. But if they have any discretionary time at all, we could sure use the help. You can contact me. I can get you in touch with a color guard captain. We can get you into a uniform. We like to have you come out to the cemetery and watch us perform at least once so you know exactly what you're getting into. And it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. If you've been in the military, you're familiar with most of the things we do. So anybody is interested, they can contact me. My number is 845-399-0414. And if you're interested in even joining one of the other organizations, Kingston, Saugerties, VFWs, or American Legions, Marine Corps League, Naval Seabees, contact me. I'll get you in touch.
And
you
a
need
lot
to
of,
talk
you
to.
know, there's several in the county. It's not just Kingston. There's Red Hook and Catskill and Saugerties. Within the sound of within our broadcast range, there's a bunch of VFW and American Legion posts. So.
Our organization is primarily Kingston, Saugerties, but if you're from Phoenicia, Red Hook, or something, I'll get you in touch.
Yeah.
I'll get you in touch with the people you need to. Everybody is hurting for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the honor guard in this area covers mostly the city of Kingston.
We do all of Ulster County.
All of Ulster
We've
County.
gone over to Dutchess, Putnam counties, Orange County.
Oh, you
Greene
do?
County.
When you call, you answer the call. I mean, that's.
If we're not, if we can at all make it, and very seldom can we not, we go.
So you cover a big area.
A veteran's a veteran. You start drawing lines on the ground.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you do it. It's the honor of it. The final respects, and
now, like I said, I feel that is the most important function we have.
No, absolutely.
So, listeners out there, if you know any veterans, remind them about what the what the honor guard does, and perhaps prod them a little bit into reaching out and joining.
And if not, just become a member. American Legion,
absolutely.
VFW, and maybe once you become involved, you never know what it leads to. So, one thing you had mentioned, I think, Bill, one point, which I didn't realize, if you are a son or daughter of a veteran, you also can join. Am I correct with that?
The American Legions have a group called the Sons of the Legion. If you're the son, daughter, or grandson, granddaughter of a veteran, you're eligible to join. And they help us out tremendously.
Yeah.
They've raised funds to buy defibrillators and other things in the past. They've helped the post enlarge. Several of them just during the COVID helped redo much of the American Legion post inside.
Oh, really?
There was a new floor put down in the bar. Upstairs, they repainted it all. And there was a lot of work done up to VFW. But they're very active.
And they would same contact information?
Same thing.
Okay. All right. Because I never realized that before.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And if they're a son or daughter of a veteran from, say, the Korean War, they're a little bit younger. They're in their late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Right? So, which is fantastic, and that's what you're looking for. So that's great.
Our banner program, which just concluded, we had a lot of difficulty this year. A couple things came into play. We lost several poles with the new poles they put on Broadway. We lost a lot of poles. We had been doing 309 banners the first year, 300 the second. We only did 174 this year. We started advertising. I've mentioned it here on this radio program in July, August, and September that we were doing it. I mentioned it on KNY. I mean, the word went out in the VFW and Legion newsletters, and still, I got people still calling me. They didn't know. Not much
What else
more I
you
can
can
do.
do.
Yeah, getting the word, we say all the time, getting the word out is the hardest thing.
People who had banners up that we took down and replaced with new ones. Some of them were a little put out because we didn't tell them that we were, well, as I said, we had 300 banners up. I couldn't make 300 phone calls. I did make 133, and out of 133 phone calls, more than half I couldn't contact them, mostly because the numbers that they left on their applications were not good anymore.
Oh.
The other problem was there was no answer, no machine. I did the best I could.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be somebody unhappy out there.
133 phone calls is something, especially when you don't. Sometimes you get busy, a busy signal, and you call back, and you still can't. We still have banners from the first two times. They're at the American Legion on Broadway. If you had a banner put up either time, back in 2015 or in 2018, you can pick the banner up. It's there. Shortly, we're going to start disposing of some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them been there for years.
Yeah, well, 15, sitting around for 6 years. So.
We did get rid of a lot of them, though. The Legion is open starting at 11 a.m. each day. Just show up, tell them that you're there to pick up a banner. They were arranged in piles alphabetically. There's a lot less now. I don't know how alphabetical they are anymore.
Yeah, right.
We wish you'd pick them up. The last thing we really want to do is dispose of them, but we can't keep them forever.
No.
They're sitting on tables in a room that the ladies of the auxiliary from the Legion meets in, and they'd like to see them get out of there too.
Yeah.
So, we probably won't do banners again for 2 years. I don't know if how much I can do at that time. We would try to get somebody else.
Nope.
I've been going up and down that ladder for a long time, and
God bless you. That's work. That's
Another
a lot of
reason
work.
we need some younger
right,
veterans to
Cameron?
get involved.
I'm currently working with people in Hudson, Valatia, Town of Ulster, and Accord that are interested in doing banners in their communities.
Red Hook has that, don't they? Is it Red Hook has banners like that?
I haven't been I go into Rhinebeck frequently, but I haven't been in Red Hook recently.
Red Hook has them.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think somewhere
I went to
locally. I
Kiel-
just
yeah,
saw.
I went to Kiel Equipment a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, look, those are like our banners.
Yeah.
So it is a village, Red Hook.
I know Kingston had one of the biggest displays in the state
Oh,
as far as
really?
number of banners put up.
Well, that speaks volumes. Yeah, absolutely. And what is that number that you usually put up?
We did 309 the first year, 300 the second, and 174 this time.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It'd be nice to see, like, out in the town of Ulster and Accord, different communities here in Ulster County to grow upon what you've done in the city of Kingston. Would be great.
I've seen them up in the Adirondacks, so many different places. Our banners are 18 inches wide by 33 inches high, or 36 inches high. The actual picture is 15 inches square. There's a larger banner that some of the communities use, but I wouldn't recommend them. They act like a sail.
I bet.
They're huge.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen them where they rip because of the winds.
Shaking the pole.
We have difficulty putting them on certain poles because we don't want them to extend over the roadway.
Yeah.
Right.
They've got that problem multiplied.
Yeah.
We find the size we use is nice, that the price stays down.
They're visible. They're attractive.
And we've managed to lose several $1,000s in the process, but it was money that we were glad to lose because we used it to purchase for those that were killed in action. And they're all between in front of the city hall and the high school, and that block of Broadway.
Oh, okay.
By that's where the memorials are on the city hall.
Yeah,
Block there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ties in nicely. Yeah.
Between Foxhall and West O'Reilly Street on Broadway. All but maybe 2 of them were killed in action. And it was our honor to be able to do that.
That's a beautiful tribute.
You have anything coming up for the holidays? You talk about the turkey giveaway, the turkey breast giveaway.
We have our annual fundraiser.
What's that?
When is that?
That begins right after Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, and there'll be veterans groups appearing at Adams out in the Trina area. It's a coin drop.
Oh, okay.
Where else are they? Just Adams?
Just at Adams. A lot of the other places, it's difficult to get into. They don't allow it, or somebody else has traditionally gone there.
You gotta ask the corporate headquarters, wherever, yeah.
The Adams family, and in particular the manager out there, have been super to us over the years.
Fantastic.
And I can't say enough about the people that have donated. Politics aside, sports teams aside, all the things that tend to separate people, when it comes to making a donation out there, the people of this area are just fantastic.
Great. Now, it's just on Friday? Or is that the whole weekend?
It's up until Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Every weekend?
Every weekend or every day?
It may be every day. Right now, we have a calendar and groups are signing.
Oh, people will sign up.
Okay. So that's Adams. So, listeners, hit up.
Generally speaking, they're there from about 10 a.m. to 5.
Oh, that's fantastic that you get coverage like that also, because that's not easy.
Well, we need volunteers for that, too.
Yeah.
We put 2 people together so they can spell each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we break it down into 2 shifts. Some
Are you
groups
located outside, Bill?
outside.
Yeah.
Well, they've just redone the front of the store.
They have.
And there is a covered area where we can step back. We're not in the way of customers coming in or out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And traffic's tight there, too. So
Oh, yeah, it's very tight.
they need a couple more acres on that plot there.
That intersection as you get out onto the highway there is rough. They do a fantastic business there. It's just unreal.
They do. Amazing. Absolutely.
If you could see the young guys that come out to get the carts out of the lot, it's just a constant thing. They're on the go, and they're coming back with 35, 40 carts at a time.
Trains, yeah.
And they
Hustling.
barely got time to stop, take a sip of coffee, and run out again.
Yep.
It really gets to be something.
Yeah. Well, it's a good place to be, so.
Yeah, tremendous spot.
You're out at Adams this holiday season, support the VFW, so.
We've outfitted most of our guys in the honor guard with the new uniforms.
Oh, fantastic.
Excellent. That's been successful?
Ward Todd from the Chamber of Commerce has been fantastic helping us with that.
Fundraise?
Yeah.
Really? Great.
They're having the chamber breakfast this Friday at the Woodwick Golf Club, and we're going to be a group of our guys will be there in the new uniforms.
Oh, cool.
That's
And
great.
we've invited all those that made donations
Oh, good.
to be there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm trying to think of the name.
Was Ward a vet?
A woman from this radio station, Jean.
Oh,
Jean
Jean
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
She was one.
Very
I
generous.
hope she's there.
Yes.
Good.
But there were a lot of businesses and stuff stepped up to help us.
Fantastic.
That's great. And that's this Friday?
This Friday,
Their monthly chamber breakfast, they will. That's great.
7:30. Anybody interested in attending needs to contact the chamber office.
Yep. Was Ward a vet, do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Served in 156 Field Artillery.
Yeah, wow. Artillery man, that's cool.
He's helped us in the past. We did a dinner several years ago. It was a surprise for Frank Guido.
Oh, yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
His family had him thinking he was coming to a friend's birthday party, or birthday dinner. When he came in, 175 people or more, I think it was, and we got him.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was good. And Ward was involved with that.
Yeah. Great guy.
When I had the idea to do that, and I started getting involved, I knew this was going to be big, and Ward had all the answers. He knew how to go about this and that. It was great.
That's fantastic.
And then Frank turned around and he does his dinners for us and everything. He had to one-up us again. You just can't do enough for this man.
You can't. That's for sure.
So, our honor guard, I'm taking a man down. As soon as I leave here, I got to pick a man up, take him to West Point to get a uniform.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Good.
great.
He's been a member of our honor guard for some time, but he's one of the last ones to get a uniform of the current members. We've got 2 new members I still got to get uniforms for. But
Is there like a base tailor shop or whatever?
well, there is, yeah. You go into the clothing sales store where they have the uniforms. Pick out the uniform that you think will fit you. Then, just outside the door, there's a tailor shop. He'll put you up on a pedestal there, and he'll measure you, and
Yeah.
then they'll do the alterations, and you usually have the uniform within a week.
That's cool. Huh.
That's great.
So all the cadets have to do. I mean, they're probably busy.
Right.
Busy,
Yeah, absolutely.
When we figured out the cost of the uniforms, we didn't realize that we would have to pay for the alterations. See, an active soldier, when he goes in to get a uniform, he pays the
there.
price of the uniform, the alterations are included. So that added over $100
Soldiers
to each one of ours
have
that
to
we
buy-
hadn't planned on.
They have to buy their own uniform?
When they first go in, it's issued. If the blues that they've been wearing in the Army, if you've got that uniform and now you have to switch over to this new one, you've got to buy the new one.
Even as an active duty
Oh,
soldier?
yeah.
Huh. What a scam. Uncle Sam?
I'll tell you, here's the scam. The Navy and Marine Corps, for over 100 years, have had the same basic dress uniform. Very minor changes. The Air Force, since its inception in the late 40s, has had the same basic dress uniform. The Army, in that time's changed 6 times. The Army being the largest branch,
Yeah.
I got to think
You got kickback.
little payola there
Yeah,
somewhere.
With the textile mills or something.
And what did we went back to a World War II uniform. It's basically the same thing.
Well,
The hat, you know what a 50 mission crush is?
No.
The pilots in the Army Air Corps during the war wore this uniform, and when they put their headsets on, it crushed down the sides of the hat.
Okay.
Well, this new uniform, the hats are being issued that way, with a crush in them, whether you're Air Corps or not. And the Army has no Air Corps. We're taking what they call them grommets, which is a misleading thing. It's a metal and plastic form that goes inside the hat that takes that out of it. We're putting them in ours.
So there's no crush?
No crush. The crush, when you see them, they look ridiculous.
Huh. Look at all worn out 50 mission hat. Huh. Interesting.
That is interesting. And why they did that.
Is it still green, I imagine, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's if you remember the World War II uniform.
I'm trying to picture Ike.
Oh, it was absolutely necessary. It was absolutely necessary on the B-17s.
Okay, yeah. That looks
on the B-17s. You had to have it. You had to have it
World
because
War
of the
II.
headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was called a crush. Yeah.
Huh.
My dad wore one.
That's
See,
cool.
but if you weren't in the Air Corps, you didn't have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Now everybody's got it, and I wish I had a picture of this. We just don't like it. And when you're trying to honor somebody's life, their service to the country and all, and you're in the cemetery, you don't want to look like a clown.
You're wearing a worn out hat. Yeah, you want
And that's just what it looks
crisp
like.
and creased and that's odd.
And the hat
Let me
is
add,
fresh.
this is my personal opinion. I probably shouldn't be spouting it, but
That's quite all right.
doggone it,
You're entitled to it.
when you see these hats, you'll understand.
Huh, that's odd.
I thought I'd
That
have a
is.
picture of it.
That's all right.
At worst, they're casual looking. They're casual looking, right?
Yeah, that's stretching it, but I'll go along with that.
Well, my dad still has an Air Force hat. They're like have a brim and they're
Yeah, Dwayne still has his uniform, the Merchant Marine, his, hat,
that's
same
interesting.
exact thing. Absolutely.
Got everything
Who
but-
designs the uniforms? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
They're-
pretty interesting to find that out. Who actually makes those decisions? as to what type of uniform and so forth.
We've got a couple minutes. I was stationed at West Point when the first women were admitted. When they outfitted the women, the uniforms, for all intents, were identical to the men's. They made a couple of adjustments they had to for the hips, the bust, but beyond that, those uniforms were the same. Same hat. But the regular Army, and the other branches too for that matter, had different hats. They tailored their jackets. Instead of having 2 upper and 2 lower pockets, the women only had the upper ones. The number of buttons down the front. It's like somebody went out of their way to make them not uniform.
Yeah.
You're a woman, you're different. And that's what it seemed to be.
Yeah, Well, in the Army, you're Army green, right? You're all the same.
That's interesting because Dwayne's class, he went to Kings Point, class of 74. That was the first year they had women.
That was about the time.
Yes. And so when they had their, I don't know what it was, 35th reunion or whatever, they did a whole exhibit on women's uniforms and how they had changed over the years. You're absolutely right. They made a conscious effort to continually change those
that
uniforms.
seems
Yes.
not logical, whatever.
Right.
Oh, well, Bill, we at the bottom of the hour, so thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, have a good Thanksgiving, a nice
You too.
holiday to you and your family.
And we'll talk
See
to
you
you
next month.
All right.
Very good.
Dan, take it away.
Thank you so much, Bill Forte. Bill Forte, thank you so much for your service and all of that you do for the veterans. This morning's program was brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit RGBAUM for more information. It's now at the bottom of the hour, and you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. Tuesday, November 16th, a terrific Tuesday, November 16th, and 37 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Eleanor Arrow from the town of Ulster, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And we're back, and thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ 920 on your AM dial and 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR is a talk show, and that means we need callers. 331-9255, 845-331-9255. Anytime you have an inspiration or a thought or a question, call in. Sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 48. A few passing clouds tonight with a low of 27. And Wednesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, which means partly sunny. And that's a high of 50. And Wednesday night, a low of 42 with a little bit of clouds here and there on Wednesday night. Thursday, we get a little bit more rain again. It's an 80% chance of rain on Thursday, and then a high of 63. And same thing when Thursday night. Thursday night, cloudy and damp with rain early, then becoming partly cloudy, and the rain subsides. It's a low of 34 on Thursday. So we're not looking for any snow yet. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank. Rondout Savings, always working for you and our community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Let's get back to the on-air studio with Nina Poshtapak, Cameron Rylance, and Christine Hine.
And we are on the home stretch.
Yes.
And welcome, Christine Hine. Good morning.
How are you?
Executive Director, Executive Director of People's Place, Kingston.
And bottle washer.
Chief cook and bottle washer, right?
There you go.
Woman who wears many hats.
That's it.
She
That's
cleans.
it.
She
When
cleans
you
the
work or
bathrooms
volunteer at
too.
People's
yeah.
Place, you do all kinds of things.
So,
no such thing as one job.
I know you are super busy at Thanksgiving time. So, what can you fill us in a little bit? What's going on? Your preps?
We have so much stuff going on
You
that
do.
I always like. I got to talk really fast when I come on. So
Don't do it Dan Whalen speed.
I was just going to say, yeah.
he's really quick,
man,
right?
he
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
peppy guy.
Because you gotta get everything squished in there. Anyway, so today we have a free CIA student demonstration at the Wellness Empowerment Center at People's Place. So for those of you who don't know where People's Place is, we're located at 17 St. James Street, which is the corner of Broadway in St. James Street. The entrance to the Wellness Empowerment Center, which is open and free to anyone, is on Broadway at 775 Broadway. So it's right next to our community cafe. And today, we are extremely fortunate that we have a class of Culinary Institute of America students who are coming and teaching a class or doing a demo at 10 o'clock. So if you're home listening to the radio, you can still, kind of get up, get dressed, and get over to People's Place. It starts at 10. It's only an hour, but the students are there, and they will be doing demos. They're from the Farm to Table of the Hudson Valley Concentration. It's a class that they take over there at the Culinary in Hyde Park. And today they're going to be doing demos on making delicious meals with canned food, helping kids make healthier food choices, quick and easy fermentation for preserving food at home. I think that would be cool. And tasty snack ideas for kids and adults. So that'll be happening.
That's all free?
today. It's all
Open to
free.
the
Just
public?
like every single program we offer, it's all free. So there are still spaces available. We ask that you do practice social distancing and wear a mask, but we do have air purifiers in the room, so it's very safe. It's a nice large size room so people can keep their 6 feet distance. Nobody wants to get sick for the holiday. So, but anyway, I think it's great. This will be the second time that these students are coming this fall. The first time in September they came and did the soup challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And they made all kinds of soups that we handed out in the parking lot. But this will actually be taking place inside because of the weather upstairs at the Wellness Empowerment Center. If you're not familiar with the Wellness Empowerment Center, you can go to our website at peoplesplace.org and click on Wellness Empowerment Center. There's all kinds of programs. Different programs happen every single day, Monday through Friday. There's usually at least one, if not three, different programs offered each day, all completely free. We have a phenomenal program starting or coming up December 1st, and that will be in the evening, and there are 5 practitioners who are coming. It's from 4 to 7 or 4 to 8, I think. And there'll be, you can sign up and you can experience one of the modalities for each practitioner, and there's so many. There's 5 different ones, and off the top of my head, I didn't bring that paper, but they're great opportunities. There's Reiki. I'm not sure if there's massage. There may be acupuncture. It's listed, and let me see. I'll see if I can find it as I'm talking about other things.
Right, health and wellness disciplines type thing.
Yes. So that's a great opportunity. But every day, we offer yoga or journaling, power of sound.
That's right. With Dan Gates.
Yeah, non-solicited, okay? Now come to the Power of Sound this Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. at the Wellness Empowerment Center.
There you go.
An amazing array of the concepts of what sound is when it comes to healing and what sound is in our lives and what and what it is actually doing, what sound actually does.
So it's great. So Fatima doesn't have the classes registered online yet or put up online yet, but you can register for that. That's December 1st in the evening. So, but today is the Culinary Institute of America. So if you're around, come and support the kids too. The students really get excited when there are folks there that want to listen to what they have to say and show the skills that they're learning about, in the class.
It's 1 hour, 10 to 11,
It's
right?
10 to 11 this morning, yep. So then tomorrow, we have the free harvest dinner at People's Place. So this is
Tell
the
us
first
about
time we're
that.
doing this. This is in conjunction with the Happy Cart that we have every Wednesday. So, every Wednesday we changed to 4 to 6 now. It was 4:30 to 6:30, but with the weather and the time change. It's 4 to 6, and it is a Happy Harvest dinner. It's a plant-based vegan dinner with a holiday twist to it. So it will be taking place in the community cafe.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah, so it's 777 Broadway.
Have access to the whole kitchen and everything?
So yep, so our chef will be there, and then there are also chefs from Powered by Plants, Healthy Gourmet to Go, Little Garden of Eating, and the New York City Sunflower Market. So what happened was they all made different things. So the menu, it's all free, again, because all of our programming is free. It's in the community cafe from 4 to 6, and it's going to be a butternut squash soup, a roasted root vegetables, an entree of braised, seasoned, seared tofu steaks, apple cranberry cornbread stuffing, a kale salad with candied walnuts and festive dressing, a baked vegan mac and cheese with butternut squash puree base topped with breadcrumbs, and then a warm spice cider and some cookies.
That sounds absolutely delicious,
so
doesn't it?
It's going to be set that people will go through just like they can normally. The community cafe is open from 8:30 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And so what you do is you come in and then you kind of choose what you would like. So the harvest dinner is going to be set up the same way. You can go through and you can choose which items, if you don't want all of them, if you want a taste of all of them to see what they taste like. And we, as far as we can tell, this is, of course, is in partnership with Institute for Animal Happiness, Rebecca Moore. She's been fabulous. And we feel, from what she can research, is this is really the first time a collaboration between a human-based food security not-for-profit and an animal not-for-profit has merged together
that's cool.
to coordinate something like this. So that's really exciting.
Oh, that is.
I like to think Kingston on the cutting edge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we're excited. It's open to the public. Anybody can come through. So if you're around on Wednesday evening, it's this Wednesday, not next Wednesday, but tomorrow, from 4 to 6. People's Place Community Cafe, 77 Broadway.
Really supporting I'm thinking about what you just said about your collaboration. That's like totally supporting the vegan lifestyle and, positive health change, climate, everything.
Right.
Animal
Plant-based,
welfare and the human.
but the environment.
That's really cool.
And really what we're striving to achieve with this collaboration is just giving people the opportunity to try new foods. I think that's always important. To see, you don't have to go vegan, or plant-based, but maybe once a week. And the ramifications of that are huge, not only for your personal body. I mean, the study after study after study show, what happens when you eat more vegetables and fruits and whole grains, but also for the environment. Not to get off on another tangent, but the methane gas produced by cows, if that was even reduced by half, we wouldn't have the global warming that we have. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. We're not into that. What we're into is people having healthy
food security,
food choices. It also can be, it's a misnomer that it's expensive to eat plant-based, especially when you're coming to People's Place, because like all of the root vegetables for the roasted root vegetables are coming, we hand them out at People's Place every day for free, and they're coming from the Farm Hub right here in Hurley, so they're fabulous. So is the butternut squash, so you're getting really, really homegrown, fabulous produce in the meals that you're going to be eating, whether it's when you come for lunch at People's Place from 11 to 1, or if you come for the harvest dinner tomorrow.
And the local
Great.
reduces the carbon footprint. It's not being
Yes.
trucked from
That's
California
it.
and
it's
refrigeration.
open up to you can dine inside, and if you still are feeling very hesitant, you can also take it to go.
Oh,
And that's
great.
4 to 6.
That's 4 to 6 tomorrow. Okay, I gotta pick up my pace here. So Monday is our turkey distribution. So if you have not registered for Thanksgiving and you need some help with your turkey and all of the fixings that go along with creating a meal at home, you still have 4 more days that you can register. So today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And what are you up to as far as registrations amount of?
Right now, I think we have about 1,200 families. But we were planning for 1,400, so we still have room for some more people. Some more people if they need help, more families. If you need help, we cover anybody in Ulster County. So unfortunately, though, for Thanksgiving, you do, unless you sign up through an organization. We've partnered with different senior housing places, and Ellenville School and Ellenville Methodist Church and ABCD childcare. So we work with other groups. But if you're coming on your own, you do have to come to People's Place to register for Thanksgiving. So that's today, 10 to 1, tomorrow, 10 to 1, or 5 to 7, because we're open tomorrow evening, so 5 to 7, and then Thursday and Friday from 10 to 1.
Do you have to show any kind of identification or anything when you register? What is required when you register?
Just your identification and have the names and birth dates for your family members, so we know that they really live in the household.
Right.
So that is Thanksgiving, and really huge thank you to Diamond Mills, who are helping us procure the turkeys that we're getting. And Kingston Catholic just did a little stuff and drive with their students. It was so much stuffing. I was so excited to see it. They're great. Bosch and Keegan is currently doing their turkey stuff and drive for us, and they extended that to Friday. So if you're out there listening, they are located at 301 and 307, I think, Clinton Avenue. And you can drop off your stuffing there, or you can drop it off to People's Place. But when I left, we were setting the pallets up to start bringing up the food, because the Kingston High School lacrosse teams, girls and boys, are coming tomorrow to help bring up the food from the basement.
Oh, there you go.
And then on Thursday, the Kingston High School basketball team is coming to finish it up and maybe help start packing up the food and bagging the potatoes. We're getting the potatoes from the Hudson Valley Farm Hub this year as well, so that's really exciting. I love being able to give out produce that is fresh and local, and it just has so many
Literally
more
down the
road.
Down the road.
Yeah, it's great. It's
cool.
just and so tasty.
Grown potatoes.
So
I know you have a lot to say, but I just want to add one thing here. When Christine talks about feeding 1,200 families, 1,400 families, which is probably over 5,000 people and so forth, when she mentions the lacrosse team, the football team, that's the work that goes into it. Not only are you feeding these families, but the coordination and the yes.
We've been coordinating. We've been working on this for months.
Right.
Months. It's a
The
huge
behind the scenes that people don't
Storage
realize.
of all
Yeah.
the stuff.
Yeah,
the
it's
logistics of it.
It is. It's huge, and just getting the volunteers for the day of distribution. I will say, if you're listening out there on Monday between 6 and 3, St. James Street between Broadway and Clinton Avenue will be one way from Broadway to Clinton, and the block between Liberty Street and St. James Street on Prospect will be closed off. So that way we can get people in and out faster and not create a parking and driving nightmare.
Right, when you think of 1,200 to 1,400 individuals coming during those hours, it's tremendous.
It's crazy. But we've got it all down. Last year, Kenny Davenport came on board and helped me with the logistics of driving and parking and everything. And he's on it, man. He's got it under control.
Great,
Because you can't put something like this on without a ton of volunteers. I mean, it just takes a massive amount of human power. I'll say human power, not just manpower, right? Women and men are there together. So then we have Project Santa right on the heels of it. And talk about coordination. That takes even more than Thanksgiving. It's crazy. So currently we are doing our toy collection drive for Project Santa. If you don't know, Project Santa is available to any child who lives in Ulster County from the age of infant to 16 years old. And we provide them with a gift package containing toys, board games, crafts, books, winter weather clothing, and a stocking filled with goodies, along with a bag of breakfast, lunch, and snack foods that the kids can enjoy while school is out of session.
Oh, that's great.
What happens when kids
Right.
aren't in school if they're getting assistance with breakfast and lunch, and then you're not in school, and the holidays, it's so much more bills piled up on top of people. So along with Project Santa, we offer Bag Holiday Hunger, and the parent can pick it all up at one time. So that registration is ongoing and goes until December 12th, I believe, and you can come into People's Place, or we have just set up the portal on our website that people can sign up online. So again, you go to peoplesplace.org. You can find a plethora of information at peoplesplace.org. And one of them is that you can sign up for Project Santa. And toy distribution for that is December 13th to 17th. If there's anybody out there in Radio Land that wants to become a People's Place volunteer, it's a great foray into volunteering at People's Place. You can fill out a volunteer application at, guess where? peoplesplace.org. So, but we do have a few holiday fun things that are going on.
You have a Christmas tree fundraiser going on.
Yes. So we have the Festival of Trees. The trees are all up in our Wellness Empowerment Center. So if you come to the Culinary Institute of America food demo today between 10 and 1, you'll be able to see all the trees that are being auctioned.
Are amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they are beautiful. Heidi Hill-Haddard, she's our deputy director there at People's Place. She decorated every single one of them. And all of the ornaments and decorations are wired on so that the tree can easily be moved, in your car to take home, and voila, you have festivity right in your house without doing anything other than helping a not-for-profit in the community. So you can bid on the trees. The auction goes until November 20th, so it goes until Saturday.
Okay.
And you can go to peoplesplace.org, and there's a nice little pop-up that comes right there, and you can click on the button and go right to the trees and make a bid on the trees. We do have a few trees that don't have any bids on them, which I'm so surprised because they're so pretty. And I think it's a great thing. All the trees are brand new. We purchased all the trees, but all of the ornaments on the trees are previously loved by supporters of People's Place.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
Yeah. So, and they each have so many different themes. So,
Exactly.
really creative. We had sponsors. So if you go, even if you don't bid on a tree, each tree is sponsored by a community member. And if you're out and about this holiday season, because we know we all want to shop local, thank the businesses for supporting us, because it's the local businesses that continually support not just People's Place, but all of the not-for-profits. We talked about Dan Whalen before, Boys and Girls Club. Just every not-for-profit that exists are supported by the local businesses. So, that's happening now. So you can go online for that. And you also can go out to your local businesses. We have a lot of local businesses that have collection boxes in their business to collect toys for us. Of course, Swim King put their pool up already, so you can go to Swim King and make a donation of toys for Project Santa. Please, the only thing we ask is that they're new, because these are from Santa. So we want to make sure that Santa is giving out something that has all of its parts, is sealed in its box. So that's a great thing. But we do have a list. If you go to our website, there's a list of other organizations and businesses that are collecting for us as well. If I start to name them, I know I'll forget them. But so they're all listed on our website. I just Swim King puts that gigantic pool up, and so that's easy to be right in your
Visualize
face. Right?
that,
And
yeah.
they have,
Cool,
and the
cool.
great thing about donating to one of the businesses that has a collection box is our hours, because we are volunteer run and it takes so many people, it takes at least 25 volunteers for us to be able to open our doors. So we have a limited hour that we're open, whereas the businesses are open many more hours and on the weekends. So we want to try to make it easier for people to drop off drop off toys. If for some reason you come to People's Place and you're like, oh, I didn't know they were closed, Mirror is right next door to us, right next to Community Cafe, and she's there like a lot of the hours that we are not. So check there, and she'll take it as well if you have to end up at People's Place and we're closed. A toy or something like that, not your regular donations. She doesn't have that much space. But so we have the Festival of Trees, and we have one more fun, festive holiday activity that I'm hoping people will take place in, because it really does support the local businesses that have supported us. And that is Ulster County's first holiday tree hunt. Yeah, I know, right? Whoa, sounds like a Scooby-Doo there. So that will begin the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it will go until December 19th. And there are businesses all around the county that are participating, and they will have a holiday event guide. It is sponsored by People's Place and O'Connor and Partners. And then within the guide, there are 60 local businesses that made a donation to People's Place, and you are to go to the different places that are listed. For example, Adams is listed at 32 Partition Street, Bodies by Kaladi, Blue Cashew, Beautiful Images, Mirror, Bob Tatum. Like they're all across the county. Restaurants, Deet Stadium Diner, even museums, Fireman's Museum. So there's a whole list, and that'll be on our website as well when that gets started. And you go to the business, and they will you show them your guide, and they'll stamp their spot on the guide. And if you collect 30, you make 30 visits to the different businesses, then you can drop off your guide to either People's Place or Deet Stadium Diner. Will have a big red mailbox right in their entryway. You can pop it in there, and then it goes until the 20th. And then on the 21st, we will pull from the people who turned it in, and they get to win gift certificates to the businesses if they're drawing. So when people participated, when the 60 businesses participated, they gave a donation to People's Place, and then they also gave us a $25 gift card to their business. So the people who participate in the tree hunt, if you return your tree hunt guide, then you will be in the drawing to win one of the 60 gift cards.
That's cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
60 winners.
Yeah, so we'll have 60 winners.
For free.
So for free.
Right? 60 winners for free. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And it's free to the participants. It doesn't cost the community anything to participate. And we have 5,000 guides being made. So they should be all around the community to the participating businesses. But, it's kind of our way also. It was a fun thing for us to do, and a small fundraiser for People's Place. But it also is getting community into these local businesses that support all of these not-for-profits. And, maybe there's going to be something fabulous that you find in these businesses, because they all have fabulous things. Yeah. They do. So, and to learn about the different businesses that are out there. So we think it will be fun.
Oh, I think
and,
it's great.
Something to do around the holidays with some friends while you're out and about. I know we're going to help. I spoke with Lisa Berger from Ulster County Tourism, and she is going to also put some of them in Airbnbs and different places. So when people are visiting, like, oh, where do I go? Where can I shop? Shop local, and these are some of the local places that you should go to.
And local community.
Yeah, something fun to do. Because, my board and the volunteers and the staff, we're all very, very cognizant of how much the community helps People's Place and how grateful we are. So we're hoping that this is a fun way to also support, for us to be able to support the
help your
other,
supporters.
The other businesses by, they're helping us, but then we're also doing this guide with a lot of different guides being printed, and hopefully that means 5,000 people will be out and about to these different local businesses to support and have fun through the holidays. Yeah. So I think that's about
perfect
it.
time. The retail places, whatever.
Right.
The food service, grocery stores. So everything. It's great. It's wonderful.
So, and when you're out and about, some of these places also have collection boxes for Project Santa.
Oh,
so you can bring a toy if you would like, and and drop a collection box off, a collection toy off to one of these places. In one
Just
of
a
the
quick thing
boxes.
for Project Center, is there a particular age group you'd like some concentration on?
It's always the hardest to get gifts for the oldest children, from 12 to 16, and this year we raised it to age 16. And we really hope, to give people an idea for the gift packages, they get a main toy. So we really want that main toy to be of some kind of value, like $30, and then they get 2 books and hats and scarves and mittens and a stocking filled with things and a board game or a craft. So they and then sometimes smaller gifts. So if you're donating, we'll take anything. We love everything because we can use it for stocking stuffers, but we really do need those larger gifts for the older children, especially boys. Especially boys. It's harder for the boys. So, and we're figuring we'll have about 2,000 children this year. That's what we had last year. So I don't think it's going to be any less. And we just put the portal up, and last night alone we had 52 families sign up. So that's over 100 kids so far. Yeah. So that's my story.
All right. Well,
that's
War and Peace here. That's a big one. So, Christine Hine, thank you so much. Thank you for your work. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for giving me the opportunity to let people know what's happening.
Absolutely.
But most immediately, don't forget about the Culinary Institute today at 10 and the Harvest Dinner tomorrow at 4.
All right.
Have a wonderful
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
happy
You and your
Thanksgiving.
family.
You
Hope
too.
you have a nice Thanksgiving.
How about sleep?
So, there you go. Enjoy the day off, right? Cool. All right. Well, it's been a terrific Tuesday. So,
Enjoy.
Dan, why don't you take us away?
Thank you, Nina Postapak, Cameron Rylance, and thank you, Christine Hine, and also Steve Noble, Mayor Steve Noble, and Bill Forte for being in as guests today. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank, always working for you and our community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Thank you for sharing the morning with us and participating in Kingston Community Radio, KCR AM 920, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. Talk radio at its best, inspired discussions of, by, and for the community. And thank you, Nina Postapak and Cameron Rylance, for hosting today's show. We invite you to keep up with us every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m., and we thank Pamel Broadcasting for these hours. And until tomorrow, for a Super Wednesday, we wish you every success in growing and developing Kingston and all our neighboring communities. We now return you to Magic 92.5.